Jacksonville Jaguars and the Kansas City Chiefs. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And his first look is incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. And Lawrence will throw. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
A part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Catch is made by Hardman. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one goes for 24 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And it'll be intercepted. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off, and the Jaguars are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
He's got the first down and more. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. And just a yard to go here on second down. But to throw again is Lawrence. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his second interception.
Mahomes' throw taken in by Valdes-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage, because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a first and goal.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Play action. It's Lawrence. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Leo Chenal brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
A play fake for Robinson. Now Lawrence. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up. On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team? They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. He's got his man, Valdes-Scantling. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes finding Hardman here over the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 25. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Locates Hardman for another catch. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 18. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Mahomes to throw once more. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
2nd down and goal. Mahomes looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs.
Ready?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. Over the middle, he's got his tight end, Ingram. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That's good for 28 yards. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
They go play action now. Lawrence
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
Safety blitz, such a fun play call to witness when it works. And the deep man can get home for a sack. Great timing by him. Interception earlier in this contest. Now a sack. He's definitely campaigning for Player of the Week honors, isn't he, partner?
After the sack on first down, Lawrence. And he's going to go down again. Leo Chenal in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10.
And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Caught on the slant. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
That one's on the former Patriot, Joe Thuney.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. The quick slant caught, and in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 14-0. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. Going deep downfield for Ross. Well, that's the third interception for Lawrence. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in KC with the Chiefs on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play, but sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Mahomes.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's Robinson again on 2nd down.
And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. Not losing with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. Now this throw caught left side.
Finding room at midfield. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode.
And he's got Hardman in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City.
A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's Robinson again on second down. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
But we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
On play action, Lawrence. He'll buy some time right. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Here's Hardman to return. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
A 3rd quarter action from Kansas City, 2nd down and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. Touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster from 19 yards away. And the Chiefs are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And That'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Lawrence will throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead. And it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he is going to have the Jaguars first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense.
And my goodness, another interception. It's Joshua Williams with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Second and 2, first down marker at the 8. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team who puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss.